Hey guys, Repairman here to show you my Minecraft survival castle world. So it's a 24/7 server I'm running at the moment, and got a decent little community together. But this is the item sorter. It's the heart of the city, or the map server. So we all have shared storage. All the castles interlink here. We have minecart station down below here that interlinks all the castles. I just select the castle I want to go to, and then off I go to that particular castle. The track switches back there, and off you go. And then when you arrive, come back, it'll break into this cactus, gets sucked up, and sent back to the dispenser over there. And it's an automatic system, so there's a trip hook. As soon as you jump in, you launch. The only button you have to press is the one where you're going. Alright, and then as for the sorter itself, once you want to go and throw some items in it, you throw some items in the item sorter input here. It looks like this because it's all under construction, and I put some glass in here temporarily just so I can show you how it works and stuff inside. So I throw the items in here, and it'll come back here to a dispenser that'll get dispensed up a glass elevator and swing around this item sorter. It has these item sorters all lined down on here, another row up there, one at the third level up there, and then one on the inside. So 4 different levels, and all flowing through water with ice, so it goes very fast all the way around. It has to go around 4 times, so it needs to go fast. Then once it's done, all the items that can be sorted have been sorted. All that's left is either things that overflowed, or things that have been missed, or things that are not non-stackable. So they come down here, drop down, and get sucked into this. Is my diverter valve. So what this does is, if it's a stackable item, it continues down this pipeline into the dispenser there. If it's non-stackable, it drops down because it provides more signal strength, turns off that torch, allowing that hopper to be non-powered, comes down here and gets spit that way into our manual storage room. All the items going down the other pipeline, the items that either overflowed or that didn't get sorted will come down this pipeline, swing around this way, and then down here is our bulk storage system, and again goes over glass and ice, and then flows now this way. And if the items are not sorted into the bulk storage system, so say items that have been forgotten, or they just overflowed and I don't have them coded into the bulk storage system because we don't have that much, we just got maybe a tiny bit over what the storage system can handle, then it'll flow this way and turn here, and also go into that same flow as the other one, going into the manual storage room, and that being over here. And then there's just a chest there, and then we pick it out and put in here. We just built this, so we're probably going to change the layout, but it's a little view of it. Now this is a masterpiece here, which I'll have to swap over to my creative map to show you in great detail. And it's also we just got this built here, so it's all this is kind of exposed still, kind of coming up with a design, seeing how it would go. Oh, and because of water dropping down, getting rid of the carpet, through cobblestone line in there. But anyways, this system, what it does is it will go and put the items in a shaka box after going through the sorter, and once the sorter is full, a piston will come down and crush that shaka box. After it's been crushed, it goes into a chest, which I have 2 there, a couple hoppers and a dispenser. So with that, I believe it's like 130 shaka box can be stored in this system. see, there we go. It drops down into those chests there, into the dispenser here, and then as soon as it's finished unloading this shock box down there, it will go and crush this one and send it back up to get filled again by any of these up there. Each one of these sections is 2 wide, and it can hold 250,000 items. So there's 10 of these, so it's we calculated out more or less it's close to about 2.25 million that the whole system can hold in its entirety. It's less than 1/4 mil a piece, but yeah. Anyways, this thing is very great for us on here because, as you know, you're digging lots of cobblestone out of the ground, so you're gonna have tons of it. And as we're silk picking out stone, or just put cobblestone into our super furnace, cook it up, turn it into regular stone, and then dirt and other materials as we figure out what we want to put in all the rest. We'll get that all squared away, but it's a nice little room for some severe storage. And that's that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, if you guys want more videos like that, just post what kind of things you want me to tour or show or tutorial, and I'll give you guys a rundown. And next segment I'll show the actual breakdown on my creative map on how this bulk storage system actually works. A one slice of it, a 2 wide design that can be tiled. So yeah. Alright, so now we're on my test map, and so here I'll show you the 2 wide shocker box storage system. So first start off with this pipeline here. You see they go that way. Shocker boxes, empty ones, you'll have run down this pipeline here. They'll drop down into here. Because there's a torch there, of course, they're going to stop right there and not continue forward. But as soon as items pass through that sorter, they'll flicker that. I'll go past, so that's not a problem whatsoever, because that's going to flicker a heck of a lot more than the shocker boxes are going to need to go past. So that's totally fine. So don't worry about that. If you're wanting to prime it before you actually get the system started, you just manually go into the dispenser there and dump them in there, and the hopper next to it, and then the rest will all fill up with the pipeline. And then so now if you have your items dump into here, so I'll turn this on, you'll see it'll spit those out, gets shucked up into there, and you'll see as soon as the shocker box is full, it'll send out a signal strength, bam, crushes it. As soon as it's full, I put in almost full shocker boxes, so you can see this thing fully in action pretty quickly anyways. Oh shoot, my torch is burned out. There we go. And there's a redstone block on the side of that, so that way the comparator only turns on when it's completely full, and then it crushes that shocker box, and then it will get sucked up into these chests. This is where all the shocker box, filled shocker boxes, will be stored, and they'll drop down to this hopper, this dispenser. Now as far as let me shut this off. Now as far as the unloader down here, as you go and pull the items out of here, there are all kinds of random things in there for testing. As soon as you go and pull some out of there, let's do that real quick. We'll just take some out of there. Oh shoot, there's electro wings and everything in there, huh? Shoot, let's take all of those out of there, a whole bunch of them. Alright, there we go. So now that comparator, now that there's no items in this hopper here, basically once it fills up, it'll start filling up this pipeline. As soon as it backs up into here, that'll shut it off, so it stops flowing, because this back section here, just another sorter unit, essentially will let these items from there bypass coming this way, and once you crush this shocker box, this will then pull them down, the shocker boxes down, rather than going over. So if this was to overflow, it would fill this right here, pipeline here, it would get sucked down as soon as enough items are in there, and it would start flowing into your empty shock box pipeline, which would be a bad thing. So then from here you can just tie that hopper that's off to the side to a hopper pipeline, and then just have like a dispenser with comparator rapid fire circuit or some sort pointing up with a glass item elevator like here, come up, and then water flowing over a couple of hoppers, bam, keeps refilling itself. And then I'd probably put a couple chests on this side before the rapid fire circuit, so that way you have a little bit of buffer of extra empty shock boxes. And then what I did on my survival world is I threw a comparator on there, so on this pipeline, so as soon as this pipeline starts to get empty, it sends a torch tower signal down to the rapid fire circuit to inactivate it, and then it'll shoot them on up. And then another one, a comparator on the hopper on the chest, so as soon as the multitude of chests start to get low, a lamp will light up knowing, hey, we gotta go farm for some more shock boxes. Because each one of these designs holds, I forget the exact number, but it's something like 30 something shock boxes if I'm not mistaken. Because each one of these holds 54 shock boxes if I'm not mistaken. So it's quite a bit. You got 2 of them, and you got 3 hoppers and a dispenser, all of which can be filled up with shock boxes. So it's a massive amount. Almost 250,000 items can be stored with this system here. So it's a nice little way to store items. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have any questions or want a little details or something about this, I can fill you in on those. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me go over a little bit more here. So now, as soon as this is full, signal will be sent over here. This triggers here just to prime the system, because when you build it, of course, there's not going to be a shulker box there. So you just flip this real quick once. It'll battle crush down. Of course, it's not going to really do anything, but that will turn off this torch, which also happens when this system's full. As soon as the signal of power is turned back off again, it'll repower this, so that this piston will go up. This dispenser will then spit out a shock box. So, of course, I don't have the cursor on. Bam! See, it crushes. Boom! Dispenses just like that, instantaneously. Very nice working. And because there's a half slab there, you can actually go in and actually see how it's functioning as it's running. Make sure you built it right. Just dump some stuff in there on a rapid fire circuit, and then you can open this up and watch it fill up if it's working properly, the loading aspect. And then once it gets full, bam, it'll crush. Now, because there's a redstone block there, you can actually you don't need one every single unit. You just need one every other unit, because this block here, if you have it next to the other one, that it'll be here, which means you don't need to put one on this side. Of course, you still need to put that torch there and that block and the dust on top of it, because that'll power that dispenser there. Now, coming down, soul stand, the shulker box will actually get pulled through the soul sand and get pulled down, and now coming through into here and go into there. Now this unit you'll also have to prime down here. I'd wait till you have a few shulker boxes full before you go and prime the system down here, because then you'll have to come down and prime it again. How you prime it is where did I put the switch? Oh, I remember, I didn't have a switch for this one. You just throw so you don't fill this up with an item. You can throw any item, doesn't matter which item it is, because there are repeaters there. And you can actually put dust. You don't really need the 2 repeaters there. You just need this last repeater has to be there on 2 ticks delay, not 3, not 1, 2 ticks, just like that. So put it down, click it once, bam, set. Dust is there. That's probably better almost if you have dust instead of repeater. And then once you have a few shock boxes, I would wait until you have maybe, I'd say 3 full shock boxes in your dispenser. 3? Yeah, that should do it, 3. Because 2 will fill that, that chest, unless you've already pre-filled it, then you only need 1 shock box in there, and then you're set and ready. And then a partial shock box will fill these 2 hoppers, not a full one. So 3, it will start you off, or fill that chest and then put 1 in here, and you're ready to go ahead and prime it. You prime it just by tossing an item in there. When you toss it, it'll send a pulse down this way. That'll trigger this lamp, which right as of this moment, with the current PlayStation 4 update, redstone dust will not trigger a observer block to go off. But a redstone lamp does work, so in this scenario it does function like this. It'll detect the update, it'll send a pulse down to this dispenser, it'll dispense out, as well as the power from this this repeater powering that block will crush it. And because it's having to go through these multiple blocks, the lamp, and then down to the observer block, you have a minor delay long enough for it to go and crush this box. And yeah, so here when I give you a demo, bam, crushes and dispenses, bam, done. Probably did a couple. All right, so that's that. Now as far as this circuit here, so to know when to crush this, we have to make sure it's empty. So we have this here. As soon as there's no more items in that, this comparator will turn off, which will depower this block, turning this torch on, which will trigger this to move over, sending a pulse that way, and then it'll shift back in. Oh, and oh yeah, there we go. That's another way. If you've already built the machine and you don't want to, you can't get up there to go and prime it from up there, you can always just have a switch down here to prime it from down here. Oh yeah, it's already got a shock box there. But if we break that, well, it's already in functioning use, so even if I break that, it doesn't need to prime. Only if for some reason you run out of shock boxes in the dispenser, and then later you get some more, then you'll go and flip that switch to reprime it, or pull the item out of there and put it back over here, send a pulse, and prime it again. So, and yeah, so hope that helped, guys. Until next time, you guys have a good one.